welcome to my very first makeup tutorial. I'm super excited to be here. I'm gonna talk you through everything while I watch this back. So let's jump into it. So y'all should already know this, but make sure you moisturize your face before you continue with any steps. From here, I like to take a translucent powder and dab it all over my face. This helps my foundation stick at the end. From there, I take my setting spray and lock it all into place and make sure that it is completely dry before you move on. Now grab your favorite primer, rub it between your fingies, and then rub it all over your face. One other step that I forgot to mention is I also take an eyeshadow primer and I rub that on my eyelids all the way up to my brow bone. See what I'm doing there? I'm rubbing it, yes. From there, I grab my spoolie and I brush out all the curlies that I have that are in my eyebrow. Yeah, they're great. Like to brush them out. Now from here, I grab my favorite eyebrow crayon and I'm drawing a very faint line under my eyebrow. Look at that, see, very faint. My eyebrows are always a little bit messy, but I like to carve them out at the end. They don't turn out like twins at all. They always turn out like sisters, never twins. They're never the same. But from here, I like to draw from the middle of my eyebrow down, and then I like to super speed it up and draw from the top and fill in the gaps. Now just take your spoolie and just brush it out to make sure it's nice and even. See, look at that. Cute! Now I take my concealer on an angled brush and I'm gonna draw a very fine line under my eyebrow and then blend it up. From there, take your little wet sponge and dab, 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 blending it out. Just make sure that you guys go between your eyebrows as well and clean up those lines. Oh, look, that's gonna be our eyeshadow look for today. So start by applying some tape, and I like to use a white eyeshadow as a base. It just makes it all sit neutral. From here, I'm gonna take my eyeshadow number 1 and I'm gonna blend it from my crease all the way up into my brow bone. So I am using the Morphe palette today. That's what it looks like. Peekaboo, there's me face. And blend it out just like so. And I don't have any color on my blending brush when I do this. From there, I'm gonna take my eyeshadow color number 2 and I'm gonna run it along the line of the tape and in my crease. Yep, super fast mode. Blend that bad boy out. Once again, there is no color on my blending brush, so I'm just using the pigments that I already have on my skin. I like to then use that exact same color and draw it out to the middle of my eye, just a little bit more, just bringing a little bit of depth between my colors as well. Woo! I like being able to fast forward. Same thing, it is the same color, I'm just bringing it a little further out onto my eye and kind of covering more zones. There you go, would you look at that? Blend it, baby, blend it. Make sure you're blending. You don't need to use much pigment, you just need to blend out. From here, I am taking my eyeshadow color number 3. There it is, the dark one. Yep, and then just make sure that you guys are blending it out. It's crazy, it looks black, but it's actually not. It's a really dark brown. From there, I take a smudging brush and I like to use 2 colors. So I'm taking a orange shimmer and a bright red, and I'm gonna blend them out on the middle of my eyeball, just like so. You'll see a naked put in the background, don't worry about him. Now I take my setting spray that didn't work the first time, put it on a smudging brush, and I take a gold shimmer and I pat it from the inner corner all the way through, overlapping onto the red. Yeah, see, look at me go, Super Saiyan. And once again, blend that out so that there is no harsh blending lines. Now I take this isn't my proudest effort of doing a wing eyeliner either, actually makes me super sad watching it, but I draw along the tape and then I draw a fine line along to my eyelash line, and then from here, oh look, we're moving so fast. I take my foundation and I dab it on because you don't need as much as what was on that brush because Juvia's goes a long way. And then we blend and buff it out. Yee! Just like so. Going back to the eyebrows, I take that same angled brush and I take my foundation this time and I'm gonna carve out my desired shape. I try to draw away from my brow and then fill in, not draw straight onto it just in case. Oh, look at that. She got corona. Just in case I go too close. Blend it out and then take your concealer, what a face, don't worry about that wing, and conceal your life away, just like so. Blend it out with a wet, or a damp, I should say, beauty blender. I like to use a tiny one so it gets in closer to my inner crease. And then I like to blend it all the way around to the outer side of my eyebrow as well. Yeah, just like so. From there, I do my chin, the top lip, my arrow, and then my nose, tip, and bridge, and then my forehead as well. Take your translucent and bake it on. We all know what to do. And then use the rest of the translucent powder to run over the rest of the face to make sure that your foundation sits where it's meant to be. Now from here, I am taking my contour and I am just contouring out my nose a tiny bit. Nothing too crazy, just around the sides and over the tip. And I take the same contour palette and I go through my jawbone. I just make sure that I'm going from the top all the way down, creating a nice shadow. And then from there, I'm gonna go around onto my forehead and down to the other side. I like to take a nice little fluffy brush and blend it out from there as well. Now, this is my favorite blush, only because you don't need a lot. That was me going, oh, you used too much. Now I dab it on the tip of my nose through to the bridge because I love that little e-girl rosy look. And then I just take some little flicks and circular blending motions up my cheekbone and then a little bit around to the side of my forehead as well. Now I'm going to take my highlighter, which today I used the Bobbi Brown Pink Glow. I wasn't sure what was going on just there. And I take my big fluffy fan brush and I'm just going to do the same thing that I did with the blush. I was going to say bleach. Haha! With the blush, but a little bit higher. So I do the tip and the bridge of my nose and then the top of my cheekbone around really close to my eyebrow. Now what you can see that I did just there is I put highlighter underneath my brow bone and I also put highlighter on the inner crease of my eye as well to highlight those areas. Now I take the same dark brown, I think it's color number 3, and blend it underneath my eyeball. Whoa, the devil came out of me just then. There it is again. And then I do the same thing, but with the red and orange mixture I used, which was the eyeshadow number 4. From here, I'm going to put my favorite lashes on, setting spray, and some lipstick, which will then eventually look like this. Huzzah! And here is my final look with this one, guys. Yes, I like it. It's something subtle, but also nice and bold. And then from there, I add this cool effect. That's the one. Now, thank you guys so much for watching my tutorial. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!